chasing these diets, you know? And so I had heard a lot of people give testimonies. I had seen some weight loss results, but to be completely honest, I just did not want to do another fad diet. I didn't want to almost have like people who knew all the things that I had done try something just because, oh, it works now, has keto products. And so what ended up happening though was I was like, all right, people are getting great results. I had just gotten some feedback from my therapist that some things were going to have to change in my life if I wanted to get my life in order. Mainly, I needed to stop doing those midday cocktails every day. And, you know, because my thing is like, if I'm going to lunch every day, I'm working over lunch, you know, that's my excuse. I'm doing work, but then I have to get a cocktail to go with my sandwich, and then next thing you know, it's 2 cocktails, then I need an afternoon nap, and then it's time to pick up the kids, and nothing has gotten done, right? So I'm sitting in therapy, and I was like, listen, Jessica, something has got to give. I was like, I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel, like I'm constantly just waking up, getting nothing done. And I know for me, productivity just makes me feel amazing. You know, it's like, okay, even if I just check one thing off the list, it just makes me feel really great. But what was happening was that nothing was getting done, and it was really because I was just having poor diet, I wasn't exercising, and it just literally kept my energy levels so low. And so one of the things that they shared with us when they came out with Keto Coffee, which was our first rollout back in October, was, okay, this is going to give you not only energy, because I'm a coffee drinker, I've always been a coffee drinker, but this is also going to give you mental clarity. And that for me was what was missing from my life. It was the ability to wake up and just physically feel good mentally, like I felt like I could go and take on the day. Instead, I was waking up groggy. I was waking up with like what we call mental fog. And so I said, hey, you know, I need to change. What could be the worst thing? You know, if anything, I would like the coffee. So now it's like, okay, let me try the coffee, and then maybe I'll consider the diet. So the first day, I know plenty of y'all have first time trying keto coffee experiences. But I'm gonna tell you mine, and before I tell you mine, I just wanna put a disclaimer out there. I am not hyping this up, okay? I am not exaggerating, this is legit what happened. Okay, so we got our coffee before everyone else. They send us samples sometimes as top earners in the company. And I was like, all right, we're getting ready to take this coffee. Took mine first. Probably about 20 minutes after we drank the coffee, all of a sudden, there was just like this spirit that came over me. Okay? And it was the spirit to literally go and start folding laundry. And if anybody knows me, I will literally step over laundry for months, okay? I'm talking like month 1, month 2, like I'm stepping over laundry. I'm not gonna, like, my cleaning lady is just gonna have to come and fold because I'm not folding it. So the desire to fold laundry was the first red flag for my husband. It was like, wait a minute, what's happening right now? I was like, I don't know, but this has gotta get done and I wanna do it. Started folding laundry. Next thing I know, we're headed to Nashville that same day for my nephew's birthday party, and I just started packing all the kids' clothes. I'm packing the clothes, everything is packed in like 20 minutes. He's like, you're moving at a record pace today. I was like, listen, I feel great, don't stop me. I was headed downstairs. Next thing I know, y'all, I'm not hyping this up.
I have the text messages to prove it. Like,
I am not hyping this up. I'm organizing the spices. I didn't even know I had like cumin in my spice cabinet. So he was like, my husband is the cleaner in the house, you know, like he literally like organized stuff. I have no organizational bone in my body. His mother will come in town and organize our entire house. So to see me do this, all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, like you are the woman I finally wanted to be with, you know? Now you're organizing the house. So that was that. I had my moment. We hopped on the road. And so I make us some shakes. I was like, yeah, they say take the coffee in the morning and then mix the coffee with the shake for lunch. Like, let's do the shake for lunch. So he doesn't like coffee, so he wasn't even trying it by himself. He put it in the shake. So we're heading on the road to Nashville, and we're driving. And all I noticed was he was just like so focused on the road. He was just like, and I was like, are you okay? He was like, I don't know, it's just like the cars are just in such focus right now. I've just never driven, like, you know, it just feels like I'm just, he was like, Alena, it just feels like I just popped a limitless pill. And I was like, yo, I feel the same way. Literally on the road to Nashville, and like life just opened up, okay? And this is what happens with keto coffee, not because it's a funny story, but really because it has a few ingredients that help to do this. Number one, we have MCT oil in it, okay? And so that stands for medium chain triglycerides, which basically are things that help to fuel mental clarity. They also help to make you full, they help to make you burn fat. It also has grass-fed butter in it, which basically allows you to sustain that energy beyond just, a typical time that coffee would have you feeling great and then all of a sudden you crash. All right, and then it has this collagen booster in it. So it gives us all of this fullness, it's giving us all of this energy, but I think that what both of us were just so in love with was that mental clarity, okay? So of course, you have one pack like this and you feel like this within 20 minutes, you know we're going back, right? Like, so the next day we had it again, the next day we had it again, and we end up listening to an audiobook on the way to Nashville about this lifestyle. And so I was like, all right, let's just give it 5 days. Let's go print off some sample recipes and let's give it 5 days. Best 5 days of my life. Felt great. My husband was jumping out of bed and he was like, Alena, I literally, for as long as I can remember, have had a headache every day when I wake up. I have had a headache. I've had to drag my feet to get moving, and I literally got out of bed now feeling like I want to go and live life. How many of you all would love to feel like that every day? And when Fallon texted me like, I want you to talk about keto because you're so passionate about it, I was excited too because it's literally been life-changing for me. Like I've gone from sitting on my therapist's couch telling her I feel like I don't know where to start, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. You have like this brain fog, you have all these goals, you have this thing, all of these things you want to do, but you can't like get going because you have no energy. If you're a mom, you're working on like 4 hours of sleep. Some of the things that you're eating are making you even more tired, and we're addicted to sugar and carbs. That's just the bottom line. Sugar and carbs are purely an addiction. And so the way that this actual line even came out was because our CEO was diagnosed with cancer a little over a year ago. And during his remission, his MD basically was like, I want to starve the cancer. I want to starve it. And we're going to do that by having a very low carb, no sugar diet and high healthy fats, which is basically the opposite of everything that we've been taught. So a lot of you probably thinking like, what? I thought it was low fat. It's a big fat lie. It's a big fat lie, okay? And so Mark, being the genius that he is, basically once he got on this diet, he woke up every morning drinking butter coffee. But the thing about butter coffee is that you have to blend it, It becomes very inconvenient because you can't just like mix it and go on the go. So he thought, what if I could have this amazing brain-focusing fullness, but in a convenient instant package? So that's where keto coffee came from. Butter coffee is not new. If you go to any conference right now with some of the smartest people in the world, technology conferences, anything dealing with science, they are normally opening sessions with butter coffee because it has been now coined as a brain hacker. It allows you to tap into like your mental focus when you need to come up with ideas. So our company basically took that and made it very convenient. All right, so a lot of people say, well, do I have to do keto to get results? Absolutely not. Do I personally feel like everybody should do keto? I mean, look at me. I mean, don't I feel good and look good? And I want everybody to feel like this. But I do know that the biggest thing for people is if I could just not have the cravings. Like if I didn't have the craving for sugar or the craving for carbs, I could maybe manage it a little better. So that's what our coffee helps to do. It helps you to manage your carb, okay? It helps you to manage your cravings for it. Then we most recently introduced this keto creamer. So this is for the people in the room that may want all of that sustainable energy, but without the caffeine. So how many tea drinkers do I have in the room? So I know when the creamer came out, you were like, yes, thank you. I finally have something that I can put in my tea. I actually even cook with this. Like I made something the other day. Anything you're making with like a heavy cream or a milk or something like that, you can actually add the keto creamer for that healthy fat to add in there. And then we just came out with our 2 newest products. Has anybody had the chance to try the ketones and the keto go? Yes. I love these products because once again, it's just a substitute because you don't want to drink coffee all day. Sometimes you just want a different flavor that's going to still give you that mental clarity, that's going to still keep your ketones high, your fat burning. So we have our ketones, which is actually a powder. It comes in a lemon flavor, and this helps you to get into a ketogenic state faster, okay? So basically, when you're in a ketogenic state, that means that you're no longer fueling your body off of glucose and sugar, and you're now fueling it off of fat, which then turns into ketones, which puts you into a ketogenic state. Typically, if you're going into this transition, some people experience what they call the keto flu. You have headaches, you feel groggy, you feel irritable, and that's really because your body is like literally missing that sugar. I was like, whoever gets on keto now, like y'all are in a great position because ketones prevent you from having to experience that at all. Okay, it's literally like being like, okay, I want to go keto tomorrow and feel great. You can do that now. Ketones gives you exogenous ketones, which basically just means they're not produced on the inside, but you're putting them into your body, okay? This tastes like, to me, a lemon head. What did you say the other day?
My sister was like a lemon Starburst drink. That's exactly what it tastes like.
It's very tasty. I take this first thing in the morning to really get me into a ketogenic, fat-burning state. Okay, and then lastly, we have our Keto Go, which is a very small, it almost looks like a 5-hour energy drink in terms of the size of it. But this is a great way for you to maintain a ketogenic state once if you've had any type of carb. So maybe for lunch you had some portion of carbs, even though you're supposed to be managing it. Say you do have some sweet potatoes or something like that, or even some cheese that may have carbs in it. This is going to help you to get back into a ketogenic state at a higher level, much faster. It's a citrus, sweet tart kind of flavor.